it's a 15-minute game, and it's not whoever does 11 points or 15 points. Within 15 minutes, it's almost like you're playing
a video game,
a badminton game with points, but on a football time. We look forward into developing a community, and we are Pune United. Pickleball is such a new sport that anyone can become a star in the next 1 or 2 years. And it's not only Coldplay, but our own Indian artists, Punjabi singers like Daljit. People may not understand as much Punjabi, but Mumbai was there to enjoy the vibe. We need more infra for people to enjoy these kind of concerts. I was looking at few numbers of the Coldplay concert. And in Mumbai concert, only 30% were in Maharashtra, and probably less than 20% from Mumbai. 70% came from outside. Hasya Jatra is another show in Maharashtra on a television show where the writing is incredible. I really get engaged to just see how amazing they are. It's really unfortunate with whatever Saif for the entire family had to go through it. And I'm glad that things are good. They're back home. Yes, it is a grave concern. We need to definitely be more vigilant. Marathi-speaking population today in Maharashtra, say it's 10 crores, and that might be more than many southern state population, and their collections are much higher than what Marathi film does. And that is also because Maharashtra is a home to Hindi cinema and Marathi cinema, and Hindi cinema is the first choice. And it was ek baap ka nahi, seven mein to baap ka nahi, idhar jana ek baap ka nahi, and chal main pure Hindustan ka. Something like he went crazy, and Hinduji said, "This is exactly what I wanted. Thank you so much." And we're like, "Oh no, you can't have it. Please cut it out. Please cut it out." And he's like, now it's gone. So that's there in the film, and we're like, oh God.
Riteish Deshmukh, welcome to CNN News 18.
Thank you.
Ritesh, you and your wife Janelia are the owners of Pune United. It's a pickleball team, and you're currently busy with the World Pickleball League.
Yes.
So first, many congratulations.
Thank you.
So then, what attracted you to this game, pickleball, and what is the objective behind your association with this game?
No, so pickleball is, as everyone knows, is the world's fastest growing sport, and at the rate it's growing, it's incredible. No other sport has grown at this speed ever, in terms of not only in specific countries but world over. If you go to Europe, you go to America, whichever countries, it's just catching up really quickly, and the popularity in India is also immense. Also because it's a mix of say table tennis, badminton, and tennis, but much smaller court. It's much pacier, much faster. At the same time, it's easier to play for every generation. So that's what makes it fun. The first time I played is when my kids told me we want to play pickleball. I didn't know what the sport was, so they were the ones who got me to play it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And when World Pickleball League was starting, they approached me, and this was something that me and Janelia both enjoyed. So we said, yeah, why not? Let's take this on.
So, like you said, it's a mix of badminton, table tennis, and lawn tennis. But tell us more about the game and how accessible it is to a common man.
See, moreover now, whenever you have to play a tennis game, right? So you have to find a tennis court at a club.
Yeah.
Because there are specifications of how big the club is. Like, if I have to compare it, what America did in the earlier 50s, 60s, probably slightly before, they started putting these community courts for basketball everywhere, and then if there's no space, then they made it like a half court basketball, and they innovated whenever there was lack of space. So when I think similarly, pickleball now is picking up in buildings. Even when there are smaller places, people are putting up certain courts and converting them into pickleball courts, and that is what is really picking up a lot. And it's truly a community sport. Any age group can play. You can play with your grandfather, your uncle, your nephew, your own child. Husband, wife can play, friends can play. So it's quite a community sport, and that's what we like about this sport.
So then talking about the infrastructure, Modi ji recently highlighted the fabulous pictures of Coldplay concerts that was held in Mumbai and Ahmedabad. And he mentioned that India has a potential for live concerts. You do a lot of shows. What are your views about this?
I think he's absolutely right. When we look at the popularity of these shows, people wanting to go, the kind of numbers people really thronged at the show, the speed at the which tickets were sold, and it's not only Coldplay, but our own Indian artists, Punjabi singers like Daljit and other people who are phenomenal in what they do, and they're traveling across India. People are really want to hear the music. Boundaries are breaking, cultural boundaries, language boundaries. People may not understand as much Punjabi, but Mumbai was there to enjoy the vibe and enjoy the music. So I think yes, we need more infra for people to enjoy these kind of concerts. And if you notice, yes, just few days ago we were discussing that many years ago, in 5 years, we used to have one concert, maybe cancel. We don't know whether they're going to come, not come. But now, every 2 months there's someone or the other coming, and people are going for it. If they miss one concert, they say, let's not miss the other one. I was looking at few numbers of the Coldplay concert, and which was really mind-boggling that in Mumbai concert, only 30% were in Maharashtra, and probably less than 20% from Mumbai. 70% came from outside the state. So the kind of revenue, right, from food, stay, flight tickets, it's not only the ticket sales, but the ancillary revenue also starts growing, and the ecosystem starts growing. And once people start getting used to it, I think it's great for music lovers and people like us to just go out and have a great outing.
Cinema is really a soft power. Like,
No, I think any person with any kind of influence becomes a soft power. Cinema, fair enough, it could be sport. And yes, we need to really appreciate, and power is something that if you use in the right way for right things, it's always appreciated.
coming back to pickleball, so Abhishek Bachchan owns a badminton and football team. SRK owns a cricket team like KKR, and Ranbir Kapoor owns a football team. Is this your sports venture like an investment beyond films? I mean, is that what
No,
it
absolutely. It is an investment beyond films, but also it is um, something that we look forward to into developing a community. And we are Pune United. We have wonderful partners with us, Sudhir Mehta and Ajinkya D.Y. Patil, who hail from Pune. And so together, apart from this team, we are trying to build a community, a Pune United community within Pune. Tying up with residential, societies, probably clubs. DY Patil themselves have a lot of schools and colleges. So building a community around the city and making Pune United really the club for the city.
So then, how big is this investment? I mean, how much does it cost to?
No, see, I think cost parity definitely it's not as high as cricket or any other sport. But for a new sport, I think the commitment uh, is there from our side to develop it. And over the next few years, we hope to see the sport really develop. And it's a televised sport, so it's almost like it's a 15-minute game, and it's not whoever does 11 points or 15 points within 15 minutes. It's almost like you're playing
A
uh,
video game.
a badminton game with points, but on a football time. You have this time that gets cut, and whoever has maximum points within that. So apart from winning points, you have to look at how much time is left.
How cool. But then tell me, by when do you see India getting its first pickleball star?
No, I think soon. We have so many talented. We have Vanshik in our team, who is, I think, India #2. He's a young kid, extremely talented. His speed is immense. He has great attitude, and he's part of our team. And I really see him as a bright young star for Indian pickleball.
Does your kids have also interest in pickleball? Do they also like?
Yeah, now they got me to play pickleball. Now that we are part of a team, so they want to finish school and start going to the matches to cheer. And every morning they get up to just see where the team is, whether we have won, whether we have lost, and they take it more personally than we do. We try to think about it more logically, but that's how kids are. They have to love sport.
Do they keep updating you about the latest technology or latest bats or latest techniques or the coach of pickleball?
Who my kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, they right now are learning a lot of.
The kids have access to internet and they can search and they can find out.
No, of course, they are completely into that. They are trying to figure out who's from which. Also, it's a new world, so all these players are really new to us, and the world is new. So we are also upgrading ourselves, and pickleball is such a new sport that anyone can become a star in the next 1 or 2 years. It's someone who's playing tennis. Imagine there's a guy who used to play cricket a few years ago, and today, in last 2 years, he's become the finest pickleball coach in India. Okay. So the transition is there from different sports.
Now, you've been entertaining us with your hilarious Insta reels. The latest one is Lekak one with you and Jay.
Lekak, yeah.
How do you find these hilarious jokes? Do you find them online, or are they the ones that you have written yourself?
No. These are wonderful, reels done by other wonderful people. They have added their own, charm to it. We go through it. We save certain things that we like, and then probably when we are in the mood to do it, we say, okay, this is interesting. Let's do it. And we try to add our own bit of humor or comic timing or the chemistry that Jinil and me share. And we quite enjoy doing it, but we've definitely slowed it down from how much we used to do earlier. So
yeah, during the lockdown, I remember every day there was a TikTok video of.
Yeah, it was fun. We had nothing better to do during lockdown, but now we've gotten so used to doing what we do. So though it's reduced, but whenever you go to the airport, suddenly I have a security guard who's checking me and he says, 18 दिन हो गए आपने reel नहीं डाला, and I'm like, oh, okay, I डालो, please डालिए. So
audience being built, huh?
Yeah, so now people don't tell me, oh, I saw your movie, it was fun. They saying आपकी reel देखी बहुत मजा आया. ऐसे picture भी देखा करो.
But Ritesh, we all know how good are you with impersonating actors like Sanjeev Kumar and Shatrughan Sinha. How do you recharge your creative battery? Is there a comic book character that you're inspired by currently, or any other actor?
Right now I'm really impressed by certain natural comic timing, and thanks to stand-up comedy, you keep on your Instagram feed, people keep coming. There's a stand-up comic called Max, who I really, really like. And he has a great way of engaging, and it's a wonderful way of complimenting and then roasting. So he's wonderful. So you start warming. Oh, where are you from? Fine. Oh, how lovely you're looking, and then he starts suddenly roast you in an amazing way. Of course, roasts are insulting, but the beauty
give us an example.
No, I don't have something off my head. I can't remember one, but there are many Indian stand-up also who I enjoy. Then there are Hasya Jatra is another show in Maharashtra on a television show where the writing is incredible and the performance are amazing. So they really, I really get engaged to just see how amazing they are. And after watching, something sticks in your head and you think, okay, I might use this somewhere else. It's great to be inspired by each other.
Talking about then Marathi cinema, almost a decade ago when Le Bhari was released and became the blockbuster, we saw many new stories emerging from Marathi cinema, such as Balak, Balak, Family, and others. Even if we look back, there have been Marathi films that have appealed to Hindi audiences as well. Is Marathi cinema currently going through a creative crisis? Why we don't see many new interesting films coming out from Marathi cinema?
It's not a question of creative crisis. I would think it's all got to do with commerce. You can be creative and you might make a great film, but creatively is fantastic. Critically, people and movie lovers, connoisseurs will say, "Oh, it's just amazing." What that's what. But suddenly, if you're investing X amount of money, you should at least recover that X back. But in Marathi, many a times you have great content, but unfortunately, we are not able to convert that into a commercial success. So next time any producer wants to back another story like this, takes a step back. So it's very important for us to, have a certain kind of commercial credibility to make films. And
I don't think
do,
audiences are not venturing into cinema; they are
no,
hesitating.
I don't think that's true. I think if you're able to make films that can get the people to the theater, then they'll come. It's very important for us to understand before making a film whether the film that you're making is able to get the audience to the theater. Many a times we feel that, okay, fine, I made a good film, word of mouth will help. Of course it will help. But 9 out of 10 times, even if the film is great, the help isn't as much as we think it should be. But one of those films, suddenly it goes through the roof, and that really inspires. So it's a cycle. It's a cycle. It's a circle. We need to learn from it. But I do feel that Marathi speaking population today in Maharashtra, say it's 10 crores, and that might be more than many southern state population. And their collections are much higher than what Marathi film does. So we really need to, and that is also because Maharashtra is a home to Hindi cinema and Marathi cinema, and Hindi cinema is the first choice over a Marathi film. So I think stories that resonate with Marathi culture, Marathi blood, that need to be told. And we need to find which are those stories and how can we engage the audience at a much larger level.
When you're making comedies, and there've been many, how do you know during the shoot if the joke has landed well, it will work? Do you know when you're shooting it? ये तो definitely will get
No,
audience.
but many a times where I know I was doing this film, I think Dhamal, and there was a reaction that we had to do. I think it was double Dhamal or something. And Induji said, thoda और loud karo, और loud karo. So, and we were like, and the joke was कि अगर ऐसा नहीं हुआ तो मैं एक बाप का नहीं. The second guy, मैं दो बाप का नहीं. He said, मैं तीन बाप का नहीं. And he says, मैं चार बाप का नहीं. And then this is नहीं और थोड़ा loud karo. And at the end, Arshad, myself, Ashish Chaudhary and Javed, we decided, no, जब इंदु जी ओके बोलेंगे हम लोग बोलेंगे सर एक और टेक कर लेंगे हम लोग. तो इंदु जी ओके ग्रेट गुड मूविंग ऑन. ऐसे सर हमको एक टेक करना है. ऐसे अच्छा ठीक है कर लो. ऐसे इतना लाउड करेंगे पहली बार इंदु जी बोलेंगे यार बहुत करो तुम जैसा ओवर एक्टिंग एक्टर्स मैंने जिंदगी में नहीं देखे. एंड ही सेड एक्शन एंड मैं एक बाप का नहीं सब मैं दो बाप का नहीं इधर कर एक बाप का नहीं एंड चल मैं पूरे हिंदुस्तान का something like he went crazy and Hindu ji said this is exactly what I wanted thank you so much and we're like oh no you can't have it please cut it out and he's like now it's gone. So that's then the film and we were like oh god why
But is that a drawback when you're making comedies? Like, when director says, you guys just do whatever you want and I will pick it up.
No, I think he needs to have immense trust in actors that they'll come up with something fun. But be it Indra Kumar or many times we feel that ये picture है मतलब ऐसी बनी है जैसे on the spot कुछ improvise होता होगा. But films like I've done so many with Indra Kumar, Induji, and everything is written. All the dialogues and reactions are written, and also none of us, all the actors put together, are even 10% of what Indra Kumar is as an actor. Induji is just fantastic. When he narrates your scene, you think, "Arey, iska 10% bhi kar liya to funny hoga."
Wow.
Because his comic timing is incredible. He'll enact the scene and tell you how to do it.
Yeah. Your comic timing is also very good, and I also know that you're very good in narrating stories. But finally, on a serious note, Saif Ali Khan was stabbed recently at his home in Bandra. How much talk has been going on in Bollywood about the security of the movie star, about yourself? Are you worried?
I think it's really unfortunate with whatever Saif for the entire family had to go through it. And I'm glad that things are good. They're back home. And with this incident, it particularly is not about a movie star, but it's about anyone living in any house. But clearly, whatever information I gathered from the news is that that person didn't know that it was Saif's house. He was just entering any random house, and it happened to be his house. So it could happen to anyone. It's not about a movie star. It could happen to you, me. It could happen to our friends who are not related to movies in any industry. So yes, it is a grave concern, and hence I really think building securities. We expect the police to do a lot, and they do a lot. But sometimes we also need to take things in our own hand. And this is a wake-up call for all of us to see whether our security is good enough, our building security, whether our CCTV cameras are good enough. See, things after all this, things might still happen, but all the measures will at least take care that they can be caught and put behind bars, and then it will probably prevent from other people thinking that अगर मैंने ऐसे कर दिया तो मैं जेल में चला जाऊंगा क्योंकि ये पकड़ लेंगे, यहाँ से ये करना मुश्किल है. So yes, it's not about only film actors, but we need to definitely be more vigilant.
Well, with that, I want to thank you for taking.
Thank you. Thank you.
All the best for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So,
thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ritesh.